not supposed to be green. Like, faith's not supposed to be seen. The sky's not supposed to touch the ground. And a square's not supposed to be round. The moon's not supposed to touch the sun. And a 2 is not supposed to be a 1. And the heart's not supposed to weigh a ton. And forever's not supposed to be. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm tired. Hey, y'all. Hey, Paula. Hey, lovely Keita. Hey, Ruth. So I got to continue to update you guys. Let's sit up. All right. We got a lot to unpack, y'all. I literally finished the book today. Okay. I finished this book today, y'all. Okay. I ran out of paper and I ended up getting some paper. So I have side notes on paper. Like, it was that serious. I need many more notebooks, okay? I need y'all to send me notebooks. I need notebooks. So anyway, I want to finish the reading for you guys because I didn't want to leave y'all like that when I was about to go to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. Your sister is tired. Today was an excellent day for the defense. Another great win to me for the defense. It's just they're not proving their case, y'all. They're not the government is not proving their case. They're too focused on this man's sex life and worrying about the wrong things. After talking to one of the reporters, they excuse me. He's facing 8 Mann Act charges. She helped me understand those Mann Act charges in a the eyes of the law type of format, and so I don't see them proving that. Then she talked about it's not trafficking. It was it trafficking? I think it was trafficking. The RICO. She used another word. They're not proving that case either. Okay. And she said that's a very hard case to prove because it's used mainly for mobsters. Okay. So it's just this case to me is more about this man's sex life, where he was having sex at, who he was having sex with. None of these women were illegal of underage. They all were legal age. They all were willing participants. This was all consensual. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing that happened that wasn't supposed to happen. His lawyer is on fire. Not only is he a mechanic, but I now know who I really want to compare him to because he belongs to be all the way up there with, and rest in peace, Johnny Cochran. I mean, this man is Johnny Cochran uh, uh, 2.0. You know what I'm saying? He's Johnny Cochran. Fuck 2.0. 10.0, 100.0, I mean a million point oh. This man is on fire, okay? His fire ain't going on no time soon, y'all. This man is lit, okay? Shout out to Mechanic. I mean that. Shout out to Mechanic, y'all. Shout out to Mechanic. He definitely Johnny Cochran Jr., but he is, I mean, my God. So Mechanic, if you watching me, my brother, I take my hat off to you. If I had it in the bed with me, I would put it on and just take it off for you. But I got something else for you tomorrow. I promise you. Yes, I do. So here we go. Let's finish the reading. So where we left off at before the break had ended, I had to run back in the courthouse. I was talking about, the Ciroc, the passing of the Ciroc, the drinking. Okay, they was drinking the Ciroc. Okay, so Rob was drinking the Ciroc. He passed the drink to Joy. Joy was drinking the Rob. She passed it to FR. We're just gonna say FR. We know it's Faith Roger. We're just gonna say FR just for the sake of argument. Um, and so she passed it to I mean she passed it to her. She said she didn't really want to drink it, but she did it anyway. This stuff has got to stop, y'all. Thank you, God got kills. Definitely. Who said when the government last day? Oh, it's possibly on the 13th. They did say it's a possibility the government will be resting their case on the 13th of September. Okay. Now, after she said she really didn't want to do it, they ended up pulling up to the hookah bar, and when they got to the hookah bar, uh, R. Kelly said, "Let me get out so I can scope the scene to make sure ain't too many niggas up in there." Okay, and they said, "So what happened next?" And then she said, "Me and Joy stayed in the Sprinter for some hours." Okay, this is how she emphasized, for some hours. Said, "So what time?" The year this was. She said it was December 2017. Some point, did you feel uncomfortable? And then she said, I was holding. She was uncomfortable. Then she said she was holding her pee for a long time. I told Diana. She said, "Hold on." And then she said, She said she ended up calling him. Okay. "Did you try to open up the Sprinter door?" She said, "Yes." And then she said, "I looked at Joy and I tugged on it." Joy said, "The door is broken." As if she can't get out the damn Sprinter. Now she locked in the Sprinter. See how they was just really trying to paint a bad picture, and this stuff is all falsified. Anyway, so she said she looked at Joy, and Joy said the door is broken. I began to contact Diana and Mr. and R. Kelly. She said, "I felt like I'm about to pass out." Okay. She said, someone came, I guess finally someone came and dragged I mean dragged me out to the bathroom. Okay. Who came? Diana came and Rob came. They drove me and Joy to the IHOP. Diana came and said, "Who has to use the bathroom?" Joy and me. Joy didn't use it. Because they asked, "Did Joy use it?" She said, "No, Joy didn't use it." And she said, "Did Diana use it?" She said, "No." And then she said she just washed her hands. I guess Joy just washed her hands. Then we went back to the Sprinter. And R. Kelly asked if I could talk to, if he could talk to me. And then she said, then I guess what was said, I reminded him I was she said she reminded R. Kelly that she had epilepsy, and she wait, hold on. And I knew drinking was a problem. And then she said, when did this occur with you becoming epilepsy? She said 2015, she began having seizures. She said, what happened in that situation that caused her to have seizures? She said, well, her high school boyfriend, she had got into it with his girlfriend who's pregnant, okay? And she said she stabbed her in the shoulder and in the throat. And then she said she discussed this before with Rob. And then she said she told him before she even before she even met him, like when they was just having small conversations with one another. She said, I told him I only had one boyfriend, okay? And then she was like, when and then they asked her, when did she tell him? And then she said she told him um at the meeting, like when they met up. She said, I was speaking to you at IHOP. You told me we had asked what if wait, what it was again. Oh, I can't have you on the road. Okay, because she was telling him about her the epilepsy. So he said, "Oh, I can't have you on the road. I need you to be well." After all I want, she said, after all this, then they said, what happened next? She said, after this, she went back to the hotel. And then she said, who went to the hotel? She said, me, Joy, and Diana. Okay. So Rob was looking out for her well-being, because at this point, she started saying that she was epilepsy, and that she didn't, that she be having seizures and stuff. So he's like, okay, well, now that you letting me know this. And I guess she didn't tell, she claimed she told him before, but he didn't know. And so, he wanted her, he said, I can't have you on the road, I need you to be well, so at that point he had her go back to the hotel, her, Joy, and Diana. She said he told Diana to make sure she was all right. She just sat there. She said Diana came in her room with her and sat there for about an hour. And after that, they said what happened after that. She said she went to her own room. Okay. And then she said on her way out and on his way, she said on her way out and on his way out in front of the hotel, they met. Now things were getting more serious. He said I was gaining weight. And then he said, I was gaining weight and he would get me a personal trainer. He wanted her to, he wanted to get me a dildo. She said, and they said, why? She said, because he was not being able to penetrate fully. She so and then this is what she said. She said he was not able to penetrate her fully, okay, because she was trying to act like she was just such a virgin. She ain't never had sex with nobody but one man. They can't pull up her relationship histories because they did not put the motion in time. So that motion was denied, unfortunately. And so that was the situation. I felt like, because I don't understand how they can't bring this valuable information, but that's unfortunate. The government just don't want the truth to come out. So anyway, um, where was I at? Not being able to penetrate fully. And so then she said, so then what happened after that? So she said they left Dallas. And then she said, where did she go? She said after that she went to San Antonio. And then she said, well, did you keep in contact with him? And if so, she said she could continue to communicate with him. Yes. And then she said, so they were not, wait, where you go? If you go out, okay. So she was letting him know. No, he was letting her know, like, if you go out or you go anywhere, then and if niggas are there, you needed to know. If she didn't answer, she said if she didn't answer, it would be a problem. Did you follow the instructions? And she said, I did. She said, showing the witness only an exhibit 207E through H. May I approach the witness? And the judge said yes. She said, so take a look at this document. Do you recognize this document? She said, yes, I do. uh, what what if anything do you recognize? She said, them to be, what do you recognize them to be? She said, these are text messages between me and R. Kelly. And she said, what type of text messages are these? She said, these are screenshots. So now that in the exhibit, they're going to present 207E. Now, at the top, does it show three people that this message was sent to? And then she said, yes, it was in a group text, but all of the messages went to R. Kelly. He had three phones. And she said, and then she said, so after that, where did you guys go? She said, we went to Olive Garden. No, she was telling him she was going to Olive Garden. Do you want me to send you a picture? Because she was going, out to go eat allegedly with her family. So she was like, do you want me to send you a picture? She said, why did he want to know all these texts between you and R. Kelly, showing my outfit as I attended my friend. And then she was like, she sent him a message, Daddy, I love you. Just wanted you to see my outfit. I'm going to a funeral. And then she said, she sent him another one, out shopping. And then she sent him a picture to show, that she was out and shopping. And then she was like, he replied, hey baby, I love you. And then then there was another reply. She said she sent him they asked her, someone hands had nails on it, and they said, who hands were they? She said, these are my hands. And then she said, is it okay? I go out with my older sister, the one she's calling R. Kelly. She's texting R. Kelly. She's asking him these type of questions. Is it okay that I go out with my sister, the one that you met? Okay, making sure it was okay to go out. Just the craziest stuff ever. I mean, she self-inflicted all this upon herself because she did not have to report to him this way. She chose to participate in the lifestyle that he had, to the point where she just, she basically did this all up on herself. She didn't really want to do this. And I'm sorry that I'm extremely tired and I'm not as enthused as I normally am. And I really hate that I'm doing this live like this, because I really like to be more upbeat. But I am extremely tired, you guys. So just please forgive me. And so let's see. So she wanted to know was it okay to go out. So at some point you traveled to see R. Kelly, right? And then so what was the next trip? The next trip was to Los Angeles. And where did you come from when you went to get to Los Angeles? She came from San Antonio. And when did this occur? In 2018. And they said, so who booked your trip? And she said, Diana. And then she said, who paid for your trip? She said, R. Kelly. And she said, how long did you stay? She said, 2 weekends on this trip to LA. Where did you stay at? The Holiday Inn. Who booked this? Diana did. And then she said, how did you get there? She said she called Diana hooked up the Uber, took me to the hotel. What happened then? I was told instructions. And then she said, wait. Got the name right. The room was okay. So she said she got the name of who the room name was under. She said, they asked her, did she get the name of who the room was under? She said, I don't recall who name it was under. And then they said, okay, so showing evidence to refresh our memory, showing evidence on page 59, the government's exhibit 208B. These are text messages from Diana. And the date of these text messages is January 12, 2018. Do you see? Yes. Now, text in blue are from you. Correct. Is it under my name? Is what the question she was asking to Diana. And then the response is, I left the key with Billy. Okay. Diana said, I left the key with Billy and it was under Diana's name. Diana gave me permission to get the key. They didn't hesitate or ask me for an ID. Once I arrived at the hotel, Diana said, get ready. A car will take me to a studio. How did you get to the studio? A Uber. Where? In Los Angeles. Do you remember the address? No. Here's another exhibit, 208B exhibit being showed. Text message with Diana shows request of getting you a Uber. Did you ask for she said no. Okay, so now this is one of 8, correcting it. What happened? Diana met me outside. Diana met me outside. She said, Mr. Kelly would be in a moment. Was anyone in the back of the Sprinter? She said no. How long did you wait over there? She said she waited for about an hour. And then she said, I had to use the bathroom at some point. Yes. And here's another text message from Diana. This girl was a mess. I need to use the bathroom. LOL. Diana, okay, stand by. How long did you wait? 15 minutes. And then what happened? After 15 minutes, went to use the bathroom, she went to use the bathroom. Diana walked her to the bathroom, the back entrance of the studio, to use the bathroom. She said they said, how long did you wait? She said she waited for hours before using the bathroom. And then what happened after that? She said she went back to the Sprinter. And then she said, who took her? She said, Diana took me inside. Now Diana came back and took me inside of the studio. She took me to the recording part of the studio. When we walked into it, it was a recording, a microphone, because they asked her to describe what did she see when she came in the studio. And she said when she walked into it, it was a recording area. It was a microphone, a piano, and an engineer window. Okay. And then she said there was like there was covers, blanket, drapes, a black couch, looked like a lounge, had stuff on it. And then she said, showing evidence, 946D, a series of photos I'm going to show you. Do you recognize these? She said, correct. What the studio, she said, what was it? She said, the studio. And then where was that? It was in LA. And then she went on to say, the drama was the piano was in the middle. Here is a few chairs. And then she said there was a Christmas tree full of gifts. Then she said there was 2 lounge chairs. She said the studio, they showed her another exhibit and said the studio is different. When I walked in, your back would be to the window and an area, had the curtains and the drapes. I am so tired, y'all. Had the curtains and the drapes and taping thrown over it. And then she said, what happened then? She said, so after Diana took me in, if you need anything, just text me. He will be in a few minutes. Mr. Kelly will be in a few minutes. After 15 minutes, R. Kelly jogged in to get something. He said, hey, baby. And I said, hey, baby. And didn't see him for, and then they said, and then what happened after that? She said she didn't even see him for hours. And then they said, well, what then what? She said a lot of hours. He came in really fast. What you should do is greeting him when he comes into the room. Did you? And she said, I did not. You waited for hours. Correct. At some point, you text Diana, right? Yes, I had to use the bathroom. Did he want me to wait or stay in the room? Text exhibit, blue text from you. I have to use the bathroom. Do I wait for you? LOL. I text again. Do I wait in the room? LOL. 608. This is another exhibit. Diana responded, please wait. During the time you waited in the sprinter and the room, and what did you, if anything, notice? No, just waited. Did you see him again? She said, in the same room. And then she said, there was a 14-day rule. I thought he did. I thought the door was open. Application. Okay, this is the application that they had denied for R. Kelly. That was that. Now, that was yesterday's testimony from her, from FR. Now, the government witness, FR, from today. So she was dressed in all pink. I think she had on like a gray blouse this time. Okay, so testifying about the trip to LA. Diana made the arrangements prior to you traveling to Dallas. In Dallas, he told you he was raising other women, correct? Yes. And then you met Joy, correct? Correct. In the sprinter with Joy and Kels, what was observed? She said, not wait, hold on. She had a odd smile. She laughed harder than R. Kelly would laugh. She lit his cigar. She was just on him. Joy and Faith, alone in the back of the sprinter, needed to use the bathroom. Joy told her she needed to ask to use the bathroom. She tried to open up the sprinter. It wouldn't open. You were shown text messages. You wasn't with him, and why? Those were his rules. Being in LA outside in the studio, you needed to use the bathroom. Who you contacted to use the bathroom? I contacted Diana Copeland. Why? Because R. Kelly told me to contact her. Why? Because you had to wait. What did Diana do? She waited until I was finished. Then she escorted me back to the sprinter. She escorted you back to the sprinter? Correct. Yesterday, you testified Diana took you to a room in LA. You said Kels came in, then left. Correct? Correct. Then he left. Correct. And then what happened? You stayed in there for a long time. Correct. Correct. You text Diana. Correct. Correct. Is there a text you asked? Can you leave the room or still wait? LOL. Diana responded about uh, um, Diana responded about 1 hour later. Please wait. You provided to you. You provided to you. The question is, I provided. She provided to the government, and then she said, yes, I provided a screen recording to the government. And then in the presence of the government, correct? They asking her, so you did all this in the presence of the government. So when she was meeting with the government, they had her in the room, and then she showed the government her phone and the messages that was in her phone, and then she screenshotted it and gave it to the government. So they wanted to know, did she do this in the presence of the agents? And she said, correct. Where were you? She said, where were you when this took place? She gave this to the agents up here in New York. Okay. Was it in New York time? And she said, correct. Why did you text to ask Diana? I needed to text her to ask to go somewhere. According to who? To R. Kelly. I needed permission. After several hours in the room you were in, he came back. He asked you stood up. I didn't show any type of excitement. He had let me know why. Um Shortly he came in. He said, "Come over there where they said like where at." She said, "Where the chairs were." He told me to take off my clothes. I said, "I'm on my period." And then she said, "Were you?" She said, "No." And then she said, "So then what happened?" She said, "I didn't want to have sex with him." And then she said, he said, take off my pants, walk back and forth, and pose for a minute. Then he took into another, he took me into another room. The government is showing evidence 946D. Do you see the small room where you are referring to? Is this the room next to the piano and the window of her? Then she said, where you how many times did you walk? She said 3 times. He said, okay, come into the room. The room isn't that big. She said the room isn't that big, and it was 2 chairs there. And then she said there was a gun. A gun, y'all. There was a gun. You described the room. Can you she said you described the room. I'm not going to lie. Hold on. She said, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, I can't, but maybe like a closet size. They was trying to ask her to describe how big this room was, and she said kind of like a closet size. Then she said kind of like a walk-in closet size, and then she said, then what happened? He said, don't look at it, and he said, come in the room. He got real serious. He said, sit down in a he no she said he sat down in a chair. And then she said, where were you? She said, he said, go across from over there. And then he moved the gun. She said he moved the gun by him, kind of like intimidating at this point. He moved the gun by him, said, I'm going to ask you. And he just, his eyes, she said, no, she said he got his iPad and said, he wanted to take pictures, and he's like, and I could tell he got irritated with me, is what she said. He said, how many men have seen you naked? How many male friends? How many seen you naked? And she said, she just threw out a number and said 10. I said none. If I did, I didn't want to say, how many for sure. He said, look on his she said he had this serious look on his face. Me and your father have the same gift, is what she said. He said he would know. We were She said we were the pastor's kids. It took me back. I knew I was lying. He had a serious look. He put pillows on the floor. He said, "Get on my knees." He said, "Okay, now suck my dick." He was this is crazy. He was like, "Suck my dick." And then they said, "Where was the gun at this point?" And she said, um right next to him in the seat. She said she felt intimidated, and then said, how did you go from where did you go from there? And she said, at this, wait. Did you want to give him oral sex? And she said, no. Okay. And then she said, while the penis was in your mouth, on the back of she said, where was his hand at? She said his hand was on the back of her neck, guiding her. This is not funny, y'all, but he was guiding her. Did it stay? Did his hand stay there? She said yes. And then she said, you testified earlier you were wearing a bodysuit. And can you explain what a bodysuit is? She said, a bodysuit is a one-piece suit. You testified about R. Kelly asked you, R. Kelly said there will be consequences if I didn't answer. It was his demeanor. It was real serious. He let me know. Women is like his mom, like his kids, or like a puppy. He liked the puppy's reaction, because they listen. And then was like, he was serious. He looked dead in my eyes, straight contact. Did you feel you could leave? She said no. Why not? I was under his rules. A weapon, I wasn't. She said I was under his rules, and then he had a weapon. I wasn't gonna she said I wasn't gonna step out of line. After sex, he got then they said, what happened next? She said after sex he got back dressed and he went to sleep. There was she said he went to sleep on the couch. He just went to sleep. Did you need to use the bathroom? He said, you know where it is. Go and come right back. So now all of a sudden he's just letting you go to the bathroom and just come on right back. But okay. She said, I didn't want him to get upset. And then what happened after that? I returned to the hotel. He said, text Diana. He said, text Diana to go back to the hotel. Did you see him again? Yes, I did. Before my flight. Did you to go back to Texas? Did you see him again? Yes. When? Where? Back at the studio. Diane, how did you get there? Diana called me an Uber to get me back to the studio. What happened when you got back? She said it was him and I. It was him and I. I met her at the door. This time he was listening to his music. Okay, and the crazy part about this listening to the music situation, they played. They played a video that was in evidence today, and they played R. Kelly listening to his music. Oh my God, you should have seen R. Kelly. He was bouncing to his music, y'all. He was turned up. He made me turn up just listening to his music. And then he was doing this with his fingers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was in the moment of this is what he was actually doing. And you could tell she added things into this because I did not hear what she claimed was in this particular audio. What happened was, I believe, FR recorded him listening to his music, okay? And she tried to give this to them as if you listen real clearly, you're going to hear him saying this or you're going to hear him saying that. I can hear it. Okay. Now, unless you got some type of micro ears or some bionic ears, I didn't hear it. Okay. I just didn't hear it. And so anyway, he didn't ask me to strip this time. He wasn't hypersexual. What happened? Yes, what he wasn't hypersexual like what had happened yesterday. Did not happen today. He offered me a drink in the he offered me a drink in the conversation. He said, I have a lot to teach you. He pulled out an iPad. He said, rub my head, sit up straight. Just just sit up straight. And then she said, he stared at me. What I thought was a better moment got awkward. Showing witnesses a CD 327A and 327B. Did you review this CD? Yes, I did. After reviewing, is these your initials? Yes. Any objections from the defense? No. You testified about a video recording at the studio the second day at the studio while interacting with him. Correct? Correct. Did you recognize the viewing of the video? Correct. Who was in them? Who was in these videos? No. Who was in there? And no, wait. Who was in there? Correct. They were taking they were taken from him. Okay, so she said they was taken from R. Kelly on the iPad. Who was in the video? R. Kelly and I. So she was saying herself and R. Kelly. Playing the video for the public and the jury, 327B. You viewed it, correct? Yes. This video is about 20 minutes long, correct? Only gonna play certain portions of it, okay? Okay. Then there became some technical difficulties. And so the judge said just move on to something else and come back, once you guys got that technical difficulties under control. Next, we'll come back to that. Now, after you describe, did you go back home? Yes, I did. What communications, if any, did you have with him? Same phone calls, text messages, FaceTime. Did you have after that February 2018 to she said yes, in New York. And she said why? She said to see Mr. Kelly. Why? On this time, she said this time she said this time to see if he would go. No. She said this way. Hold on. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, y'all. On this time, let me see. She wanted to go back to see how it would go if he had been since it had been a couple of weeks. Then they said who booked your flight? She said Diana. Who paid for the flight? R. Kelly. And then from where? From San Antonio to where? To New York. So now in New York, where did you stay at? And I cannot pronounce this hotel, but she said a hotel. And then she said she texted Diana to make arrangements, and then had an Uber to pick her up to take her to the hotel. Now they have another exhibit, 208B, page 70, page 76. Again, are these the text messages between you and Diane? Is this the map that she sent to you? And then she said yes. Is this the hotel that you were at? Yes. And you stayed on the 18th floor? Yes. Is the hotel in Manhattan? Correct. Did you go to the 18th floor? Correct. What happened? Diana let me in R. Kelly hotel suite on the 18th floor after she opened up the door and let me in. Where after she let me in, who else was in there? No, she said, was Mr. Kelly in there? She said no. Then what happened next? After, um did you go anywhere? She said no. Why? I don't leave anywhere without letting Mr. Kelly or Diana know. And then she said at 8 a.m. he came in. I was asleep. When he came, he knocked on the door because they was asking her, like, so then what happened after that? And so she said at 8 a.m. she came, R. Kelly came in, and she said she was sleeping when he came in. He's knocking on the door. I was yarning again. He asked, oh, I'm sorry, I got the phone going all sorts of ways, y'all. My bad. I'm so tired. She said, I was yarning again. He asked me to take off my clothes. His energy was hyper. He said, you don't miss me. You're not acting like you miss me. She said, I gave him a hug and a kiss. He said, that ain't the right way. He pulled out an iPad. He said, pose. He said, I want you to play with your vagina, play with yourself. She said, I couldn't do it. I went to the bedroom, the suite, living room area, uh, um a living room area, and then they was asking her to describe the suite. She said there's a suite, there's a living room area, there's a room, there's a bedroom, there's a TV. Where in the suite? In the living room area. They wanted her to describe it. And then in the bedroom, he asked me to lay on my back. He started to penetrate me. I know he could feel it. He couldn't get inside me. I'm clenching up. He telling me to relax. He let out He sat up. I just got up. Uh I could see him through the door. He got the iPad. He started jacking off. He was masturbating so fast, it was like a itch he was trying to scratch. I know he was in the I know they said she said she heard some some audio of people in this video. She said I know he was in the video because I could hear him. He was watching basically himself. And she said I could recall the names without, then they said without saying the names could you recall? And then she said she wants to show the witness an exhibit, which is 954 and 955. Is that one of the names correct? Was the text another name? Correct. The jury only will be seeing this. 955. 954 can go ahead and be published to both the public and the jury. Is that the name? And she said yes. Is the name Joy? Correct. Is that who was into that? Is that who was into is that who was in it? And then she said correct. You testify you were clenching your body. Why? I didn't want to have sex with him. You said he got frustrated. Did he ever fully get inside? And she said, no. Did he put his penis she said, where did he put his penis? She said, somewhat inside of me. Yes. After you testified to masturbating, to R. Kelly masturbating to a video, the two names we discussed, correct? Correct. After he said, I needed to be like them, he ordered room service. He asked if I could give him a massage. He said, come rub my back. And he went to sleep immediately. Did he tell you he had herpes? No. Or any other sexually transmitted disease? She said no. Did he use a condom? No. Then they said, okay, so what this hotel, was this the hotel that was in Manhattan? She said, correct. Now, do you recognize the photo? Yes. What is in the photo? She said the Mandarin Hotel, that was the name of it. And then she said, she said yes. Then they said, okay, go ahead and publish this. Then on the 18th floor, uh the events. She said so on they're publishing the 18th floor basically, okay, to get her to confirm this is the area that she was at, and she said correct. So now they're giving another exhibit, 514, exhibit C, and I see through I. Now she said the government said, may I approach, your honor? She wanted to approach the witness. She said yes. She said take a moment to look at the pages 514C through I. Now what is it? And then she said the hotel suite I was in at the Mandarin Bay. I could not get that word right for the life of me, and I apologize, but that's irrelevant. But y'all get the drift. Okay, so now we're gonna put this into evidence. 514C, is that the entrance? Correct. Is that the living area? Correct. Now 514D, is that another view of the living room? Correct. 514E, is this another view? Correct. 514F, the hotel suite, the actual hotel, um the bedroom area? Correct. You said in a chair? Correct. Do you see where you were? Correct. When in that where? She said in that corner. 514G, another view of the area. 514, is this the bedroom area? She said correct. 514I, is this correct? Yes. To be fair, not from the day you was there. This is, they said, to be fair, these are not photos from the day that she was there, but just to give her a general idea of the actual room that she was in. And she said correct. And then she said, but how it looks, okay? And then she said, is this how it looked? And she said, yes, this is correct. Now you testify you was rubbing his Robert's back fully. um Correct? Yes. After he fell asleep, you said his phone kept going off. Um, she said she shook R. Kelly. I put his phone up. She said she picked up his phone and there was a group text. Okay. It was a group text. It came from Mama Bear. It had a family emoji. Some numbers were saved, some were not. They had a sidebar. Now, I noticed a bunch of numbers from Mama Bear, multiple calls, back to back, the Mama Bear. I was confused. I know it was like a family. I took a picture on my phone, of his phone, that went off. Then a knock came at the door and it was Diana. And here's exhibit 239, exhibit, the picture that I took of his phone. So what she was doing was the phone calls that was coming in from Mama Bear and all these random numbers and the family and all that stuff. She took a picture of her phone, of with her phone, of his phone, like you was already just plotting this and setting this up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what will make you think, let me just grab my phone and take a picture of your phone and the messages that you got? Like, you got to be sicko, or you have to be plotting something to do this. I can't just imagine you dealing with this A-list, and then all of a sudden you just decide, you know what, I'm going to take pictures of his phone because somebody is calling multiple times or whatever. So now, okay, let me make sure I didn't turn the page too prematurely. Okay, so then she said she took the picture. I took the picture of his phone, and then the judge, they asked the defense, did he object? He said no objection. Now the date on it is February 3rd, 2018. Okay, now they're showing her the evidence. There's multiple messages from Joycelyn and Mama Bear. Diana FaceTime Joy and another. Here's an exhibit 646. Correct. Diana came to her room. She stayed in the living room. He rushed. He was giving me constructive criticism. He said something isn't right. Nothing I could do about it. Intimacy when he left. He gave me a pat like better luck next time. he said, I'm a fucking legend. He just looked at me. He said, I'm not one of those niggas you fucked with. We're pretty close. In my phone, I did see, she said, I didn't see any more. He didn't give me a kiss. He just left him and Diana. And I knew I wouldn't see him anymore. See how that sounds like a whole story when I read it just all the way through? Some straight bullshit. Now, did you leave New York? She said, I believe it was. They asked her when. She said, I believe it was. She said, yes, she did. And they said when. She said, I believe it was the next day. And then she said, where did you fly to? She said, back to San Antonio. Now, did you send a text message? She said, I did. She said, what type of message? She said, I sent up an apology text. I didn't know what was going to happen. This is what was said in the apology text. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't hate him. No, she was telling them, I didn't hate him. I just hope he didn't have any hard feelings after that, because he never responded. Once I got back to San Antonio, the climate there is really hot. I came down with a cold on the fourth day. My mouth had bumps everywhere. I sent my sister. I sent my sister a picture of my mouth. My parents said, "What's this on your mouth?" She said she immediately went to urgent care and was tested. And they said it was herpes. Okay. And then she said, she texted to confirm. No. She said I had herpes. That she confirmed that she had herpes. She said she had text to say it was confirmed that I have herpes. What type? She said type 1 herpes. I didn't know there were 2 different types. I had type 1. I reached out to him. He never texted me back. He had ghosted her ass way before allegations was about some freaking herpes. Just over the last encounter that they had, whatever really went down, he was just done with her. Now, I wanted to know if he knew. I wanted him to, to admit that he gave me herpes. He cut off all communications. I did text him and say, you gave me herpes. And she said, I wanted to discuss my SED status. And they said, well, did he respond? She said, no. Then what happened next? She said she contacted a lawyer after. And then they said, why? She said, because there was no way for me to get around this. And then she said, which lawyer did you contact and where were they from? She said, a Texas lawyer. And then after contacting the Texas lawyer, did you report did you report anywhere else? She said, yes. And then they said, where? She said, he said, no, she said she reached out to R. Kelly. He said it was illegal. No, she reached out to the lawyer. The lawyer said it was illegal to get an STD and not, disclose that you had herpes. And so then she went to Dallas police to try to get it resolved. At the Dallas police, what did you do? I called R. Kelly under their discretion. They wanted her to reach out to R. Kelly and try to trick him up, get him to answer the phone and admit that he had herpes. Did not happen because he wasn't dealing with her no more, long before this even came out. Now, what did you do? She said, I called R. Kelly. He did not answer. When you called R. Kelly, was that in front of the police? She said, correct. What was you planning? If he answered the phone, I would have discussed the herpes. Were you advised to make a recording? She said, correct. Discussions of the herpes? She said, yes. Did you and your lawyer? She said, yes. A couple of days later, I got a call from Mr. Kelly. I sent text messages to have a conversation. He called me back. He said, your name came up. He said, you really have a friend in me. He said, if he had something, he wasn't going to talk about it. He wasn't going to talk about it, but in person. He said, you pay your own flight and I give you back your money. Okay. Did you go? She said, no. Did you plan to go? She said, no. I put my lawyer on a 3-way. My lawyer, basically they called they called him. Did you go to another police? She said yes. And what if you did, and then what police did you go to? She said Long Island. And it is correct. Yes. Did you text a lawyer referring to a New York lawyer? She filed my lawsuit. Okay, she had found her a lawyer. I'm going to tell you her name is Lida Hills. She found her a lawyer, Lida Hills, and she filed her lawsuit. Um, and then they said, well, who is Lydia Hills? Is she a lawyer? She said, correct. Now, Exhibit 238, it comes in an envelope upon screen. So they put it up on the screen. And then she asks, is this the address to Lydia in Brooklyn? Yes. Is this the lawyer who filed the lawsuit? Correct. R. Kelly on Justin Street? She said, correct, Illinois. Do you see the postage? Yes, November the 20th, 2018. At this point, did you have eyes? Wait. Oh, at this point, did your lawyer file a lawsuit? She said yes. Here's 238I in exhibit to the jury only. Actually, may I approach for a moment? Can you look at the documents I provide you? Having looked at these documents, did your lawyer show you these? Correct. 731A, case caption, your full name and R. Kelly, full name, notice of the delivery, the address to the law office, Lydia Hills, and then there became where June Barrett was to be delivered. Do you see now at 1826 South Illinois? Um, the phone number and the email and yahoo.com? She said correct. Now on the second page, does this appears to be a letter October 22nd 2018? Correct. Particular focus on a portion of this letter. And then on the second from the bottom, does it state, hold on, let me just close this up. Does it state your your last and your client to try see will be subjected to public opinion during medical to make witness support text messages to be matched, make sure last pain. If Mrs. Um, really cease, she should cease her desist if these negative complaints, and then there's a signature, and it was to R. Kelly, and then there's a third page, and there's another exhibit. Do you recall? Wait. I do not accept the offer to the contract, and from June Barrett out of 2000. I mean April 2019, 2018. Forgive me if that's the incorrect date. I'm tired. Nothing stand. Illinois correct, or some page by and sign the line above June Barrett signature by written there correct. Next page of sign. I do not accept these proceedings. About June, name another signature. Does these appear to be a summon? Correct. Your lawyer receives correct another signature above June Barrett. Correct. At the bottom, a signature, a date, and a witness signature. Correct. Correct. Next on the next page, what did you see here? Is your faith your client? Is faith your client? Hold on. Photographs are these the photographs of you? Yes, from TV. Here's a sample of Faith. Remember, she lives in Texas because these pictures were sent via text. My first photo of R. Kelly and I in the room in the recording studio in LA. Next photo equals correct is breast exposed. Correct. Where where was the photo taken? Hold on. Where was the photo taken? I know R. Kelly took it of me. And then here's the third photo. Exposed is your buttocks. Correct? Correct. Do you recognize the picture? Yes. A picture I said R. Kelly. Okay, this is what she said. A picture that she had sent to R. Kelly. And is these and theirs are and wait. And these are what you sent on the left side in gray. The defendant is in blue. Below a photo of you, did you write in this? Did you write this letter, Daddy? Is there text written? This is not a Sunday. Go to I'm not exposing to the world. How does this justify her transmission of pictures? 231A. Is there text messages at the top? Correct. Does it state daddy is what is wait. Daddy is was your choice? Oh my God, I wish I could do this tomorrow. I'm so tired. Is that what was says? Correct. Who are these texts from? Him and I, yes. On the left in gray and right from Kels in blue, correct. Some point, did you send the address I was going out? His rules is why she sent them out. Focus on the date. Do you recognize these messages? Are they from April 2018 after the final trip? Why you sent them? Where did you send them from? I sent them from Dallas on the 21st, was after he called and said he wanted to talk. Um, he wanted to talk whatever you was doing in Dallas, um, talking. Okay, to a foul a police she said she was talking to try to file a police report. Did you mean to reach him? He said yes. She tried to record him because Kels didn't answer. Did you try again after the police advised her? Yes. Why did I been wait. Did I wait. Why did I think after she had the conversation with Kels, he said I could come to Chicago. Once the news got out, I had filed a lawsuit. You were trying to get him to call you, correct? Correct. The third paragraph, just continue text messages, correct? Correct. The pictures and where the seatings to your lawyer, Lydia, yes. Your trip to LA, the studio, you went to remember that, yes. Second day, making videos of you and Hinge, correct? 327B, government evidence, you had a chance to receive, correct? 20 minutes long on certain portions of it. You were going to play certain portions of it. Do you see the scene in front? Yes. She is in the video. Judge says, not trying to rush you, but I am. 32 seconds in, stop. So tired of playing games. Song. This is what R. Kelly was playing when they played the audio. Now they're playing the audio, and then he was like, so tired of playing games around song. This is it. Oh, baby. Y'all know that song. This is it. Ah, baby. Okay. Now, did you see anything? Did the defendant say anything? He said, fix my legs. Did you proceed to fix your legs? Yes. Could you hear whenever in a club around another man, my legs should be crossed, pointing him? Kels was bouncing to his own music, y'all. What happened in this? He said, give him a kiss and rub his beard. Did you? Yes. 620. They lost the sound, but can press play what happened to go get his phones for him? How many phones? He had three. First for 1025. The engineer is in the other room. We're behind the curtain. Based on your reviews, a point in videos, he said, talk to daddy behind the curtain. Listen to various tracks of his music. Correct? Correct. Is this the video in the same um, date? Correct. Was this recorded on the same day? Correct. What did he ask? Rub his head real slowly. Does the rubbing go for the rest of the video? Correct. bottom left corner, correct? You're rubbing his head at the LA studio, correct? Correct. Exhibit 238I, testified before a break. Text messages the address where you were, correct? Correct. He wasn't in San Antonio with you, correct? Correct. Did you participate in surviving R. Kelly? Yes. In 2017, did you wait? Hold on. Did you go alone? No, my mom with a friend. Her former friend, to be exact, is what she said. We know she's talking about Summer Bunny at this point. A premiere in Manhattan, correct, correct. At the Pearl is hotel, correct. 517 recognizes too. Yes. What is it? What is the Pearl? Did you attend? Yes. Did something happen? Yes. Less than 10 minutes, we needed to evacuate. We had to leave, correct? You learn later why. Objection sustained. That means you can't answer the end of the event. Yes. Did you stay to the end of the event? Yes. Back to the Pearl, the hotel, correct? Government exhibits 80. Do you recognize, yes, who Cash Jones is? Now, you know, you met her in person. Yes, yes. And met omit into evidence is what they said. Now, why did you go meet her first in 2019? No, 2015. I'm sorry. Wait. That is not correct. 2019. I take it back. It is 19 in New York. Yes. After you evacuated. Yes. Were first at the Pearl. Where you stayed? Yes. At some point, did you speak on the um did you speak on it? And she said yes. She wanted to meet up to discuss some files. Where was she in New York? Uh, did you get did you meet at Applebee's? Yes. Where was it? A small walk. Who went with you? My mother and a friend at the time. Okay, that's how you know it was Summer Bunny. 510 recognized Applebee, where I met Cash Jones. Correct, correct. When you arrived at Applebee's, was he with anyone else? She had someone who was a cousin and a security guard, what you notice, okay? He was at a distance, black. Okay, so he was at a distance, black suite and tires and gun holder. His was in his jacket. Did you notice the gun? Yes. Did you speak? Yes. She staged to me. She wasn't a friend. She worked for Mr. Kelly. She wanted to know if who was texting him the truth. She showed me my file. She had let me know what it would be put out if she had moved forward. Here, uh, some new pictures and photos. Recognize these from the same picture. They were set to my attorney. They were pictures he took of me. Who? R. Kelly. After that, Surviving aired January 2019. Surviving. Are you familiar with Surviving the Lies? And she said, yes. It's getting real, y'all. Oh my God, I am so tired. Get some rest. It's late. She's looking up at all. Okay, get some rest. Okay, thank y'all because I'm tired. I really want to give this testimony to y'all, but I want to be dramatic and I want to be fully rested. And I am exhausted because I get up so early, you guys, so that I can make sure I'm in that courtroom to give you guys this information. But since y'all so nice and kind and willing to wait, it is 12 o'clock here in New York. So that means it is officially day one of my birthday. So happy birthday to me, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that's in my chat. Please hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Your girl is extremely tired. I'm going to come back with full energy for you guys. Let's see who's all up in this chat because it's a lot going on. And no, I'm not looking up because I'm just trying to read all this stuff to y'all and get as much out as I can. Okay. Mac Dime says, I'm so into her platform soon. Mrs. Melanie Tanya Campbell. So Faith had herpes in 2013 before Kelly. Happy birthday, Hollywood. Thank you, Magdine. Felicia Tucker said next. Happy birthday, many, many to come. Thank you, Magdine. Okay, Mrs. Jeter, Ruby, Magdine, Corey, Cannick done a job again. Media so biased they don't tell. I can't wait to read you guys what he did on the stand yesterday, cross-examining her. They did her, they got her off. They did her mother. After her mother, they brought in the guy with the marriage license who officiated the wedding for R. Kelly and the Aaliyah situation. They brought him in. After he came on, they brought in a genius from the Apple store, and he was so funny because he's just so smart. He's just too smart for his own good, but it was the kind of a cute kind of smart. They were done with all the witnesses, so it's safe to say I got all the information from everybody from, like I said, the completion of this book. And then I have more notes to take moving forward. And there's going to be new witnesses coming out tomorrow. Who are these witnesses? You guys going to have to wait to find out because they didn't even let me know. So anyway, shout out to Stephanie, shout out to Joe Jenkins, shout out to Nene, shout out to Coretta, Lovely, Felicia Tucker, Felicia Brown, Gail, Jay Free, my big mama, Summer G, Naturally Bad, Miss T, Gemini Don, Blessed, oh my God, everybody that's in my chat, man. Lemon Tea, Sandra Hudson, Callie B, Jonathan, my day one Sheila, Raglan's in the building, Gaga Kills, man, all you guys, Angel H, Darius, man, shout out to all you guys. You guys are the real troopers in this fight, man. I'm just here doing what God is allowing me and what he has ordained me to do. Thank you to everybody that's wishing me a happy birthday. I'm so emotional. I'm going to cry. It's my birthday and I can cry if I want to. I love each and every one of you guys. Continue to pray for R. Kelly as we continue to yell, free R. Kelly until it's backwards. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will be back with more pieces. Have a blessed and beautiful night. I will see you guys tomorrow for the afternoon break. I might even do early morning live. So if you up, then make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you got your bell notification on. You do not want to miss me when I do my pop-up lives. But if you miss my live, you can always watch the playback. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and share. We want to encourage to share. I love you so much, Big Mama. Thank you to everybody. Continue to, again, pray for R. Kelly because I do this for real. And this is not for fake. This is not for no big ups and all that extra stuff. I'm not trying to get big headed in this fight. I want to continue to stay humble. I'm honored. I'm appreciative of every supporter that's in this chat. You guys are the real ones. I appreciate you guys. And again, have a wonderful and blessed night. God bless us all. Don't forget, dear friends, let us love one another. For love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God because God is love. I will see you guys really, really soon with this and more.